Barcelona temporarily succeed in retaining Dani Olmo without needing new procedures. In a move that could give Barcelona a major boost ahead of the new season, Spanish media reports have revealed a surprising legal development, allowing the Catalan club to keep their forward Dani Olmo registered with the first team without requiring new registration procedures, despite the financial crisis that has plagued the club for several seasons. According to Mundo Deportivo, the Spanish Sports Authority has granted Barcelona a precautionary measure that permits Olmo to remain registered, in a decision seen as a temporary victory for the club amid a long legal battle with La Liga. Legal loophole saves Barcelona. The roots of this case go back to last season, when Barcelona exploited a legal loophole allowing them to register players such as Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, despite the financial restrictions imposed on them, particularly the spending limits enforced by La Liga. While the league demanded the cancellation of this privilege and filed a lawsuit to revoke it, the disciplinary committee accepted an appeal from Barcelona, enabling the club to maintain the players' registration with the first team. This decision strengthened Barcelona's position, especially after the administrative court declined to handle the case and transferred it to the national court, which has yet to issue a final ruling. Decision opens door to financial flexibility. Benefiting from this precautionary measure means that Barcelona will not be forced to initiate a new registration process for Dani Olmo at the start of the 2025-2026 season, providing the club with crucial flexibility in managing salaries and contractual budgets. This is particularly important as the club seeks to restore the traditional 1-to-1 spending ratio, which allows the registration of new players for every euro saved. This flexibility also gives the club's management more freedom in the summer transfer market without having to engage in complex negotiations with La Liga regarding the financial cap available for registrations. Potential moves from La Liga. Although the current situation is in Barcelona's favor, the future of the case remains open to legal possibilities that could reshape the outcome if the national court issues a ruling that contradicts the current measure. La Liga continues to monitor the situation closely, with the possibility of submitting new legal arguments aimed at ending what it considers to be an unjustified exception that violates fair financial competition rules. One step away from Grimaldo's return to Barcelona, Spanish star Alejandro Grimaldo has returned to Barcelona's radar in this summer transfer window. Grimaldo currently plays for Bayer Leverkusen, but his name has resurfaced in Barcelona's list of candidates to strengthen the left-back position. Grimaldo's chances of returning to Barcelona boosted. According to a report published by Football España, the current second-choice left-back in Barcelona's squad, Gerard Martín, may leave to explore the Premier League this summer. The report indicated that Barcelona's management is open to selling Martín and hopes to receive a fee of no less than 12 million euros for him. If Martín is sold, Barcelona will aim to sign a new left-back, and Grimaldo currently tops the shortlist for this position. Grimaldo's contract includes a release clause of 15 million euros, a fee that would certainly be very suitable for Barcelona considering the young star's talent. The upcoming period will answer the question of Grimaldo's fate. Will he indeed return to Barcelona, or will the club's management take a different path? Grimaldo is 29 years old, excels at playing left-back, and his contract with Leverkusen runs until June 2027. Despite numerous European offers, Diaz insists on going to Barcelona. Spanish reports have confirmed that Colombian winger Luis Diaz, currently playing for Liverpool, considers Barcelona his first and preferred destination in the current summer transfer window, indicating that he is not thinking about any other club despite interest from major European sides. Following his outstanding performance with the Colombian national team in their recent match against Argentina, and according to reports, Diaz is currently spending his summer holiday after completing his season with the Reds. However, he is awaiting a new official move from Barcelona's management in the coming days, and has informed those close to him that he does not wish to join any club other than the Catalan Giants next season. Diaz is considered one of the key targets closely monitored by the Blaugrana management, as the club seeks to strengthen the left-wing position with a player who possesses speed, skill, and the ability to make a difference, qualities that the Colombian star clearly demonstrates. Negotiations are expected to accelerate in the coming period, especially as Diaz is under contract with Liverpool until 2027. This makes the deal dependent on financial agreement between the two clubs, particularly given the financial crisis facing Barcelona, which could influence the finalization of the transfer. On the other hand, manager Hansi remains firm in his desire to sign Luis Diaz over other suggested names to reinforce the attacking line. He sees Diaz as the most suitable player to implement his attacking ideas, thanks to his ability to play both centrally and on the wing, his high tactical discipline, and his speed in transitioning from defense to attack. It is worth noting that Liverpool had previously rejected an offer from Barcelona to sign Diaz, considering the financial terms unsuitable. The player is viewed as a key part of the club's new project under current manager Arne Slot. However, the large sums spent by the Reds on the Wirtz deal may prompt them to sell one of their players to inject funds into the club's coffers. Details of Juan Garcia's contract with Barcelona, and one step away from the official announcement. Press reports have revealed details of Espanyol goalkeeper Juan Garcia's contract with Barcelona, after completing the procedures for his move to the club during the current summer transfer window. According to Catalan newspaper Mundo Deportivo, Juan Garcia will sign a 6-year contract with Barcelona running until June 2031, after the initial agreement between the two parties was for 5 years, until 2030. Barcelona officials made this adjustment to the duration of Juan Garcia's contract due to considerations related to the salary cap. The Blaugrana board believed that extending the Espanyol goalkeeper's deal would be more beneficial for him financially. Barcelona also decided to offer Garcia improved financial terms in the later years of the contract, which satisfied all parties, using the same formula applied during the renewal of young star Lamine Yamal's contract. His deal was initially set for 5 years, but was extended to 6 years for similar financial reasons. The paper concluded by stating that the only step left is for Barca to pay the €25 million release clause in Juan Garcia's contract with Espanyol to make the transfer official through La Liga. Barcelona prepares to renew defender's contract ahead of new season preparations. Barcelona is preparing to renew the contract of one of its defenders before commencing preparations for the 2025 to 2026 season, fulfilling manager Hansi Flick's request to strengthen the defense. Flick is keen to secure the best possible defensive setup for the upcoming season and wants to retain Eric Garcia as one of his key options at the back. Garcia's current contract with Barcelona runs until June 2026, and the club now intends to move forward by offering him a new deal to secure his stay. Spanish outlet Mundo Deportivo revealed details of Barcelona's offer to renew Garcia's contract, reporting that the club aims to extend it by 3 years until June 2029. Garcia impressed during the past season under Flick's leadership, playing 2,108 minutes across 45 matches in all competitions and contributing to 8 goals, scoring 5 and assisting. Third Mundo also noted that the player, who returned to Barcelona in 2021 on a free transfer from Manchester City, is happy at the club and agrees to stay. However, the club wants to finalize all contract matters before the pre-season preparations begin on the 13th of July. They face Real Madrid as if they're in a schoolyard. Guardiola impressed by Barcelona youngsters' handling of pressure. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has praised Barcelona's young generation and the way they handle pressure in big matches, also offering his advice to players on how to stay at the top for 10 years. In an interview with X-Buyer Channel, Guardiola showed self-criticism, admitting that he hasn't surprised anyone this season. The team only managed to win the Community Shield on the 10th of August after beating Manchester United on penalties, 7-6. And that was their sole title in a disappointing season. Although the club's goal remains to return to winning all trophies, Guardiola has no intention of making radical changes. Instead, he prefers to take the season step by step, saying, "We move according to how things go. We'll begin preparations at the Club World Cup, and as the season progresses, we'll correct mistakes. Teams know us well now and understand what we do. I believe in players putting on their boots, going out onto the pitch, and then seeing what happens." Guardiola advised players worldwide to maintain their love and passion for football, noting that this is the key to sustaining high-level performance for 10 years or more. He added, I tell my players, you have to love football. If you don't love it, you won't last 10 years in professional football, no matter how good life and wages are. There must be something of the amateur spirit of street football. As coaches, we try during preparations not to take away the joy of playing. Guardiola knows well what it means to play under pressure. He personally suffered when he joined Barcelona on 28 June 1984 from Gimnàstic Manresa, working his way up until he was under the legendary Johan Cruyff's management. He said of that beginning, "I suffered a lot in my youth. Getting here, playing at Camp Nou, with 50 journalists and press conferences and being constantly judged, it was tough. We had veterans who protected us, and I also had the mentor Cruyff, who helped you a lot at the start, then pressed you hard once you started to shine." He added, praising Barcelona's youngsters. Today, Barcelona's youth play Champions League semi-finals or face Real Madrid as if they're in a schoolyard.